Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I just want to take a poll. I just want a poll right now. Can you turn that off? I just want to do a poll right now. How many of you guys slept great last night and how many of you guys slept badly? I want some empathy right now. Put a G in the comment section if you slept great. And if you slept badly, I want you to put a B. Okay, put a G or a B. Oh, you guys, this is just not fair. This is just not fair. I'm having empathy. Okay, a couple of you guys. Diamond slept bad. Thank you, Diamond. You and I are on the same boat today. So funny. Okay, so put a G in the comment section if you slept good last night, and put a B in the comment section if you slept poorly, if you slept bad. Okay. Anybody have an Aura ring? My Aura ring was saying alert, alert, alert. And then my really good friend Tom messages me today and says, gosh, I had one of the best sleeps I've ever had last night. And I feel amazing. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, really? This is my morning? Okay, but I'm still gonna bring the fire because today is about money cycles. Who's excited about that? Today is all about how do we break the money cycles. So in case you're new to me, I actually would love to know who's new to me. Put an N in the comment section if you're new to me, or even write the word new, because then I don't have to remember that I said something called a trigger word, by the way, because today we're going to talk about money. And if you're using social media, you want to use something called trigger words. That was a trigger word when I said put an N, but I'm going to ask you to put the word new. If you're new to me, put the word new in the comment section, and it allows me to see how many people are new. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, wherever you're at, if you're in Inner Circle with me, put the word new if you're new to me so that I can actually see. It really helps because it allows me to know what context of delivering information to you, really honestly. So part of breaking money cycles is to get out from being self-centered. That's a big mic drop. Self-centered is when I start to say things to myself like, what do I charge? What is my pricing? What is my offer? What is my message? There was a whole year I walked around my life going like this. I was like, I need to hook into something bigger. I need to hook into something bigger. And I was like, I knew that I couldn't get myself to show up at a bigger level. And I knew there was more in me. But the challenge is that, are you guys good? The challenge is that I knew that I'm not money driven, but I am motivated to be useful to you. You know what I mean? Like the more that I'm useful to you, the more that I get your feedback and I hear amazing stories from you, it gets me up, it gets me going, right? And so I've always known that if I feel like I'm valued, or anybody else like that, yes or no? If I feel like I'm valued, I show up more. If I don't, then really it's not actually about anybody around me. It's actually about how I'm showing up. But the challenge is that I knew I need to hook into something more to show up bigger. So I'm sharing this with you because if you ever have, there's something called winning and weeds. Write that down, winning and weeds. When you're in the weeds, you'll be in a very self-centered conversation. And it's in the weeds of making a decision that keep you stuck. Where yesterday we talked about vision. Who was on yesterday? Was yesterday fire? Put fireballs in the comment section. Was yesterday fire? I thought yesterday was fire, right? And before I go into today's around money, breaking the money cycles, let me share something with you. If you did not watch yesterday, how many of you guys watched yesterday that you would recommend like everybody in your family watching yesterday, right? Put yes if you would recommend everybody in your family watching yesterday. 100%. And I'll tell you something behind closed doors that I was saying to the team, I've been saying to my husband and my friends, with AI coming in, artificial intelligence, your superpower is your vision. Your superpower is your vision. I sat with a woman for 2 hours yesterday. And so to sit with me for a VIP day, it's $35,000. That is the price to have me not get on live, not go to an event, not do something, you know what I mean? Like it's $35,000 if you want me to sit with you for a few hours. Sat with this woman yesterday and we were in a conversation about pricing and packaging. And I'm not kidding you. I'm going to tell you what happens to me when somebody gets in that conversation. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. I'll talk about pricing today, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is where are you taking people? Because if you're obsessed with where you're taking people, the packaging and pricing is a 2-second conversation. Like for instance, I was sharing with our clients the end of last year as the recession was kicking in. I said, sell something for $1,000 to $5,000. Why? No payment plan. Why do I want no payment plan? Who's paying attention right now? Who's paying attention right now? Why would I want no payment plan in a time like this? Who's thinking right now? Show me. Who? Go in the comment section. Tell me. Like, don't just watch these lives and think I'm going to do you. You got to engage. And if you engage, you will learn. You will embody it. You will break a cycle today, right? So why would I not want a payment plan right now? Get paid up front, commitment. Yeah, all those cash flow. Yep, all those are great. But they're all great. They're all logical. Logic doesn't connect with vision. They're all logical. And I see this all the time in the weeds. Yes, I want you to have a commitment. Yes, I want, I want cash up front. All of that's true. The reason why I don't want a payment plan right now is because we're in a recession and we got AI. I said to a copywriter today, I don't know if she'll come onto our company or not, super, super dynamic girl. I said this to these guys. I said, she wanted her payment up front to come in. I said, that's just not where our company lands. We pay our contractors twice a month, right? That's how we pay them. And I said, let's see how many of your business owners that you work for will be in business that are not coaching with us, because our clients will be in business. How many of your clients that are going to be taken out by AI in the next 12 to 15 months? Now, if Rex Crane was standing here, he doesn't like to infuse any fear anywhere. I get it because he's a man of God, right? But here's the thing. AI is ushering in, right? It's ushering in a really big way. We have a business mastermind March 1st and 2nd in San Diego, and we have a big chunk of it to show our entrepreneurs how to use AI to market. And by the way, it's much bigger than Chat GPT. Okay, you guys, who's using Chat GPT? Put chat in the comment section. Put chat in the comment section if you're using Chat GPT. That is such a small amount of AI that's out there. I have a friend who just did, his name's Billy Jean. He just did an entire VIP upgrade on a course, like the funnel. When you buy the product, there's another product and there's another product. How many of you guys hate the funnel? You hate the next product that's being offered to you. You hate the next product. You're like, would these people stop selling to me? We got to break that money cycle. Because if you bought the right product, you're thankful for the next opportunity, the next opportunity, the next opportunity. But if you've got a mindset of poverty, you feel like somebody's taking from you, or when you invest, you feel like you're like parting with your money, like you're losing it. Let me tell you something. Every time somebody makes you an offer on the next funnel, the next funnel, the next funnel, usually it's hooked up with some sort of a discount. You guys follow me here? So say I was going through a divorce. God bless, I hope I never do, right? But say that was happening to me and I landed, who am I relationship people? Put the word love in the comments. Who am I relationship people? Put the word love in the comments. You help, meaning that your business is helping people in relationships. Put the word love in the comment section, okay? So if you got a relationship problem right now, you should see who's putting the word love. Maybe you need to go talk to them, right? And that is not an invitation for you to pitch on the comments, because if you do, they're going to delete you, right? So don't pitch on the comments. Nobody likes that. You look like an opportunistic person. Don't do that, right? Everything in wealth comes down to relationships, and you can tell somebody's heart based on how they take action. So you guys who are helping with love, if you make an initial offer, let's say between 1,000 and 5,000, and somebody goes to the checkout cart, and then you have another offer, and then you have another offer, and then you have another offer as they go through it. So they take the offer, and then you have another thing. This thing is going to be discounted. So if I came in to the funnel, and I'm going to back up on this, I'm going to help unpack all this for you. But first, it's one thing for me to personal develop you. which you all have done enough of. And it's another thing for me to start priming your mind so you understand a good deal, right? So if I'm coming into this funnel and I got a relationship challenge and I make the commitment, you put your money and your time behind something, and now you've told God, you've let everybody in the universe know that you're committed. Right? It's kind of like when you want a red Ferrari, you see the red Ferrari everywhere. You want a red BMW, you see the red BMW everywhere. Isn't that true? Like you want a new car, you start to see that car everywhere. Never saw that car before. Your mind starts to prime onto, I want that. How many of you guys want your mind to start priming on these funnels? We're like, I'm not afraid to make this offer. And then when they buy, I'm not going to think, well, I don't want to make them another offer because I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to sell them. And I don't want to make them another offer because now they're going to think I'm too pushy. And I don't want to make them another offer because if I do, they're just going to think horrible things about me. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like how many of you guys know that you think like that? How many of you guys know that you think like that? You're worried to keep going out there and walking people through their commitments. Yes, totally. I love that you guys are being honest. 100%, Amanda says, right? Anna says yes. Karen says yes. Okay, so now you got to remember, if you do your job when you're coming in, and I'm gonna start breaking this down. If you do your job when people are coming into your ecosystem to help them, you're gonna find that buyers are buyers are buyers. All a buyer is a committed person. They're not good, they're not better, they're not anything, they're just a committed person. And so I don't know about you, but I love speed. How many of you guys love speed? Put the word speed in the comment section. I love speed. The reason why I love speed is because everything great is connected with it in my world. In other words, if you wanna make a lot of money, you gotta go to market fast. My friend Billie Jean was talking about how if people get into artificial intelligence now, they will be first to market and they will be looked at as the authority. Now, what if you're in the love world, not in the business world? It's irrelevant. You want profits, you wanna start using AI, so you put yourself in a position where people start to see you as a company that is advancing. If you're in VIP inner circle, you don't have your video on, I'm going to recommend you put your video on. Why am I talking like this? Because all of these details matter. There's something called proximity. And I'm going to break this down for you guys. If we're going to break the money cycles, we have to break the way that you think. We got to get your eye tuned into, I want to be a millionaire. How many guys want to be a millionaire? Put an M in the comment section. How many guys, like, it's true for you? Okay, how many of you guys, you want to go to multi-millions? Maybe you're already in millions. You want MM. Put MM if you want to go to multiple millions, right? So how many guys think you can make $1 million in a month? How many guys think you can make $1 million in a month? Put me if you think you can make $1 million in a month. 100%. This is not an income claim. You can spend the next 4 years of your life trying to figure out how to make $1 million in a year. Or you could start priming yourself to make $1 million in a month. It's no different than wanting that BMW and seeing that BMW X5 everywhere. It's how you think. So now I'm going to break this down for you. If you operate in logic, you're done. If you operate in logic, you're done. It'll pull you into the weeds. You must operate in vision. If you want to sell anything great, because here's the deal. Here's you. My beautiful picture. Here's you. And then this is the world. World of people. Okay, so here's you, and this is the world of people. What has to happen here is you must create value. And what people always do is they start talking to me about their product. Shanda, I got a 6-week course on this. Shanda, I got like an ebook. Shanda, I got a coaching program. Shanda, I got a doctor's practice where I help people with gut health. Shanda, I'm a real estate agent and I work for eXp Realty in network marketing. Or Shanda, I'm a network marketer in doTERRA, right? So By the way, I coach a lot of people in network marketing. I coach a lot of doctors. I coach a lot of nurses. I help a lot of real estate. All my systems came from the real estate world. I knew I could not sell real estate one-on-one with MapQuest because I just dated myself. I used to use MapQuest, right? Because it wasn't in the GPS was not in the cars. And as I used MapQuest, if I made a wrong turn, I was screwed. Anybody live in that world? Yes? Any of you guys live in that world? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so it was a bad deal. So I knew I had to solve the problem. So here was me as a real estate agent. Here was my clients that wanted real estate, and the value got killed because I was always late because I couldn't find the house. I also was super, now follow me here because you'll miss this. I was super, so I was lost. I was late. I was insecure. I was unsure. I was all emotions, and my emotions canceled out my value. How many of you guys know that your emotions are canceling out your value? Right? Meaning that the value you provide for something, your emotion takes you out. So when you get stuck in all the conversations around here, what should I offer? What should I price? Should I make another offer? I don't want to feel pushy. When you're in that, you're in the weeds. And the weeds are all about you. And I'm telling you, I will teach this and I'll be in a room. This is why masterminds are so important, right? Like Think and Grow Rich talks about it. Everybody talks about it, but yet people don't realize the power of proximity. So my friend Kim actually just walked in here. Power of proximity. They moved to Puerto Rico. We were a street apart. They actually happen to be here in California as well right now. We were a street apart, and they were locked into a conversation. I won't go through the full detail, but you were locked into a conversation of what was possible in the network marketing world, right? So they were locked into a conversation. They felt a little bit like what Rex talked about, when you're in pity, you lose your power. They were stuck in a logical conversation of what was possible. And they felt disempowered by some of the people that they worked with. They felt disempowered by some great leaders. They felt disempowered by the owners of the company, which they've rectified at this point. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they felt disempowered. How many of you guys feel disempowered in some area of your life right now? Just be honest. How many of you guys feel disempowered in some area? Put yes in the comment section, right? So really important. So you can't, write this down. You need to move into the C-suite. C-suite CEO means that you have to operate different. Employee mindset operates in the problem. They're in the weeds. And usually there's complaint about what I logically can and cannot do. The people who are going to make it through AI, whether you're a business owner or you work inside of a company, you operate off vision. You operate off vision. So just out of proximity, I went and did what? 4 calls for your team? Yeah. I did 4 calls for their team, I think over 2 months. And what you guys had your best month ever. Doubled their income. But logic made no sense because they felt like their hands were crossed. Like, it's like, how do I impact? It'd be like me saying, my team at Hardcore Business, right? It's like, great, I'm in logic. I'm like, the pocket coaching went out wrong this morning. Yesterday's pocket coaching went out in an email. Like, this is just like, shit happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like C-suite goes, whatever. We had another breakdown yesterday. 10,000 people got something that they weren't supposed to get, right? And like, we're going, I mean, I was at dinner with you when I found out, and I was like, oh, well, shit happens. Let's turn this around, and I hung up the phone and laughed about it. And we went on to our next conversation. So here's the conversation that we're having. Because it's all about, I'm going to back into what you need to do in a recession, but you need to get this piece, because if you don't operate in the C-suite mind, then you will get lost in logic. And you will think the logic is real, but it's not. All you tell me is that you just got stuck in the weeds. And I guarantee you every complaint you have is about you. I guarantee you. So some of you guys know you need to maybe fire somebody in your life or your business. Some of you guys know that some of you guys need to fire yourself, right? Because you're not showing up. And you gotta escalate yourself into the C-suite. What does a C-suite do? Takes the higher road. So we were talking about this yesterday, and I know you guys are gonna get huge value out of that. By the way, Suzanne, you can share the winners after. Okay, so you can share the winners after. We got some people that won $1,000 for doing homework, but I want to stay in this because money touches everything you love. So there's a couple people like Darren Thurman Smith, Precious London. There's some people that won some cash from me yesterday. Just know that the team's going to find you. I don't want to take up any space talking about it. So yes, I give out lots of money. In fact, you know what? People who do the homework, I'm going to give somebody a trip for 2 to Hawaii that does the homework today. Okay. So whoever, you go to Hawaii or Mexico. So whoever does the homework tonight that we think you went all in, you can go to Mexico or Hawaii. I'll send you there. You got 12 months to use it. We good? Can I move on? Okay. Let's get back into the training. So we were talking about this last night and I said, this is how you break the cycles, okay? I can give you every tactical on the planet, but if you will not be a C-suite mind, a C-suite mentality, you will get stuck in the weeds. It doesn't mean that you don't have to do things in the weeds. It means how you think about it. Money is up here. Money is easy to make. Money is in vision. Money is in where you're leading people. It is not your product. You are never going to compete in a world of artificial intelligence with your product, because whether you're a doctor or you're Tony Robbins or you're Grant Cardone or you're Shanda Sumter or you're, Elon Musk, anything we've ever talked about or has ever been talked about in your industry, androids already know it. In fact, we can't even be specialized enough in our industry anymore because the androids know more than us, because it's already been talked about by somebody else. Do you guys get that? Yes? Do you guys understand that? Do you understand that even if you were the best in your industry, you are no longer the best, because androids, AI, artificial intelligence, has caught up to you and then pulled every great person in your industry and pulled all their intellect, and it knows all of that. So in a matter of seconds, right, or years, but a matter of seconds in all of our industries, we can't compete anymore on intellect. So I've been saying this for 5 years. In fact, in June, I kept saying to people, you got to focus on creating $25,000 cash. If you go back on my Hardcore Business Facebook page and go look at June, I spent an entire month. Everybody should study it that has never seen it. I spent the whole month of last June talking about how to have $1 million year, $1 million month, $1 million weekend, $1 million day. Some incredible tactical training on exactly what you need to do that. The challenge is a lot of people listened and didn't actually grab the C-suite mentality. So I said this to Kim last night. I said, Kim, I'm going to talk about network marketing for a second. I said, Kim, you have great leaders who will leave your company. And those great leaders are people that think that the grass is greener on the other side. And here's the thing, it will disrupt people, just like if you're in corporate America and somebody great leaves a company. It causes turmoil inside of people because they feel like there's this sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, or just the fear or the feeling of loss. Are you guys follow me here? Put yes if you follow me. So I said there's two types of people. There's the people that keep the ship going. My assistant's like that, Suzanne. She's solid. She just keeps the ship going. She just keeps the ship going. There's people that just keep the ship going. I'm like that. Kim's like that. Tom's like that. Are you like that? Are you the person that just keeps the ship going? Put the word ship, right? You just keep the ship moving. Now, some of you guys think this is you and it's not. Some of you guys actually think this is you and it's not. Follow me here. I said, as people are pushing the ship forward, it doesn't matter if people jump off the ship, they're keeping the ship forward. And then there's another group that has justified quitting. And they're part of the revolving door. And they're so locked into their logic. Remember, I told you, logic does not, can somebody go shut that door with Ash? Logic completely trumps vision. Vision is what you get paid for. Vision is what AI cannot take out from you. Because see, AI, artificial intelligence, only has what's been created. Do you guys get that? So it already has everything in our industry that's ever been talked about what we do. Are you guys follow me here? This is a big awesomeness because when if you could just get yourself to stop thinking logically, even my analyzers, and you start to dream again, and if your dream is bigger than I want a bigger house, you're going to drop into the person that keeps moving the ship forward versus the person that's part of the revolving door. You got to ask yourself, do you want to be part of the revolving door, or do you want to be the person that stays on the ship and keeps it moving? Look at marriages that have been together for 40 years and they talk about the seasons. Right? Today and tomorrow is about when you know you're in a season, but a cycle takes you out. The cycle is the revolving door. And people don't realize it because they logically say that network marketing company has shitty leadership, or that whatever, that nobody's buying. Like I used to do these events and nobody's buying. It's not that they're not buying. You lost your vision. That's right. You don't know where you're taking them and they're bored. And you're probably bored too. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like you've lost your edge. I said to Kim, I said, when you guys are in Puerto Rico and you're living this massive, beautiful home, and then we're in proximity to break down logic and get into the C-suite mind, you led your team up, but you are living on your edge. If you're not living on your edge and you're living in logic, you got no vision. You're living in safety. Safety and success do not go hand in hand. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? So I want you to get this. Your money, my friends, is in the vision. So now, what if you feel like you're not a visionary? That's a lie. You are created by the ultimate entrepreneur. The ultimate entrepreneur is God. You are created by the ultimate entrepreneur. You are 100% bred to be able to create. There's a whole book, I can't remember. Remind me tomorrow, I'm going to find this book. It's for entrepreneurs. It's called Create Something. But it's so good because it shows how to reimagine your role. Everybody write this down. You must reimagine your role as a creator, as a visionary. And instead of, yes, I think it's beautiful to say you want a new home. I want a new home. I want a beautiful new home in Puerto Rico. I'm really excited about it. I have visions for my family. I have visions for the people in my company to make runway money. I'm telling you, I provide opportunities for people to make runway money. By the way, runway money in our company is, I don't think they should ever accept a paycheck and just stay there. And I'm not going to get into this. And you're welcome to DM me if you run a company and you want to hook up your people. But do you know I can create all the opportunity in the world? It's amazing to me that our team doesn't have runway money every single day. Why? Because we're conditioned in logic. My job over this next year will be trying to get people to get into vision again. That's going to be my whole job, to flip the switch on how you think about things. Now, vision needs to be bigger than you. So write this down. If you got a product or service, who's an entrepreneur? Put an E in the comment section if you're an entrepreneur. E in the comment section. Here's you. Again. Here's value. Here's the world. These are your people. Number one, you already know. This is so simple. Number one, you already know who's your group. Group is another word for niche, but the problem is when I say the word niche, you put too much pressure on yourself. Making money is not about you. It's totally about what is the value you provide for a group of people in the world that you love. I started with all women, then I moved to women and men. You just keep evolving. I've changed the name of my company 3 times. Don't worry about it. Get past the weeds. Get past these small decisions. Get on to who are the people, as Rex Crane would say, who trained yesterday, who are the people that pull the compassion out of you? I had to hear that like 10 times before I got it. I was like, oh yeah, guess what time I got up this morning? 1:30 a.m. Wow. I got up at 1:30 a.m. By 4 o'clock, I couldn't contain myself. I just wanted to find more ways to give to you. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not saying, look at me. I'm not an angel. You know what I mean? But it pulls the compassion out of me because I feel like we're on a runway together. How many of you guys feel that way? I feel like we're on a runway that in some essence is running out. Like life as we know it is running out. And we're going to have to reimagine our roles inside of the world, our company, all of that. And so because of that, I feel compelled to get up really early and find, how can I rewrite that copy? How can I do a different pocket coaching? How can I think about, all of these details to be able to help you? Because at the end of the day, if I can have you, we can focus on how do we increase your value, but the fastest way to get you to increase your value is for you to stand for a group of people that you feel, which means you have to stop looking at what everybody else is doing. You need to ask yourself, what is the group of people? So I want you to go declare right now in the chat, what is the group of people that you know that you really love to work with this group of people? Who are they? Go in the comment section and tell me. Sick children, middle life women, under 40, seniors, a couple of you guys with seniors, women, right? Sports, youth, 30 to 45, entrepreneurial, high performers. Okay, so now you know the group. So now you have to ask yourself empathetically, in this group, what are they emotionally charged about right now? Because people buy on their feelings. I'm going to break this down in a way that you're going to get it this time. You're going to stop being in the weeds about this conversation of what do I offer? How do I offer it? Like, come on, friends. Can we get past this conversation? Just make a decision. Money loves speed. If you want more money, you cannot operate slowly. Whether you're analytical, whether you're controlling, whether you're a supporter, whether you're a promoter, there's one way to a lot of money. And it's called build the ship as you go. I keep the ship going. 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 And then what happens is opportunities open up, opportunities open up, opportunities open up. See, I have somebody that was just working with us and they took a job somewhere else, right? And it's funny because I built 2 opportunities around them because I love them and I see their power. They're super smart. Took a job somewhere else. And I'm sitting there going, that somewhere else will never build an opportunity around them. We'll never build an opportunity around them. We'll never build. I'm not saying, look at me. I'm saying that is the type of person who actually builds the ship, probably has better work ethic than anybody I know, to be really honest. But they took the revolving door. They took the revolving door. They took the revolving door. Why? They thought it was better for them. They thought it would take care of them better. If you choose money over vision, I'm telling you, it will bite you in the you-know-what. Watch the proximity of the people that you spend your time with. Watch the proximity. Myong's behind the camera right now. And he said, through being in proximity of doing these events with us over the last few years, he's in the 1% of all videographers, and he's about to double his money this year. You get what I'm saying? Just from being in proximity of doing these events and hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. I just said to Myong the other day, I was like, Myong, I want a different financial deal with you. He's like, okay, let me figure out a new day rate for you. It's like, my point is that that's not just for money. It's proximity. So as you're looking at who you're doing life with, this is proximity. Make sure, I want everybody to do this today. I want you to do an audit of the people that you spend your time with. What is their character? What is their character? Are they somebody who gives opportunities, whether or not you've gotten an opportunity with them or not? Are they somebody who gives opportunities, or are they someone who's in the weeds all the time? If they're in the weeds, you will hear them complaining. They're the opposite of a C mind suite, a C-level executive. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? You must hang out with C-level people. They might not hold a role as C-level, but people can be C-level. Like moms, stay-at-home moms can be C-level, right? They're like, just let that go. Just let that go. Let's take the higher road. C-level always takes the higher road. They're not afraid to have the hard conversations. They don't let things just keep sliding and sliding and sliding. You're very clear with where you stand with them. You know if you cross them, you know if they're happy with you, they're generous, they're giving. It's C-level. Very, very different. C-level sees you, but they're also not going to be a doormat for you to walk all over them. But they see you. You hear what I'm saying? Now, if you hang out with people who are in the weeds, they complain, there's abuse, there's toxicity, there's blaming, right? If you go look in the word, if you go look in scripture and go look at what cancels out a miracle, it's something called double-mindedness. Double-mindedness is when you're fighting against your thoughts, you're in turmoil with things, and it's impossible to get to your vision. Because what happens is you can't even think up there because you're caught down here. You're actually choosing to suppress yourself. So how many of you guys are going through something right now that you feel fear? Put F or put the word fear so I can go back and know what it is. What I'm doing right now is I'm doing something called trigger words. I recommend you do them constantly. Okay, I don't care about the comments per se. I care about the feedback. Right? So if I see people, and it's great if somebody put no fear, but if you have no fear, you're probably not playing a big game. Because there is something that you have to rely on something bigger than you to get to. I don't know how people do it without faith. Even if you listen to even people who aren't spiritual per se, they use the word luck. If you can decode success. There was a level of faith that I jumped off the cliff and I built the plane or I built the ship as I kept going. That's C-level. You cannot get to success without C-level thinking. You can't, because you will choose, I deserve. I read in the Facebook group, there was somebody, beautiful woman, she said, I pray over my family at night and my son deserves it. I deserve it. My husband deserves it. Beautiful, but tricky. Deserve is an essence of entitlement. That's what happens in corporate America that says, so we have somebody on our team that came onto our team and it wasn't a money decision for him. It was a vision decision, right? He saw that we could create something amazing. There's a couple roles inside of a corporation you can make 7 figures a year. His role is that, right? Will it happen on year 1? No, but it might happen on year 3. You get what I'm saying? That's a big jump. There's entrepreneurs. Do you know what it takes to make $300,000 a year in your business take home? About 3 million. About 3 million. So a lot of times people come into corporations, they're like, I deserve that dollar amount. I'm sorry. You know what my answer to that always is? Is either the job doesn't merit it. You've heard me say that a million times. Like your job will never go to $200,000 a year. But if you learn some other things and you learn your operations on the next level, you can excel up and get your replacement. You get what I'm saying? And so, but that's an attitude, right? It's an attitude as much as a C-level thinking. This is that acceleration. And we're in a world of AI that's going to take out a lot of jobs. I actually don't know if my job will be here 2 years from now. I don't, like, I'm standing in front of you, not like I'm not in fear, but there's enough of a fear hindering that if I don't move, right? People say, do you guys mind if I go into scripture for a second, just drop in? People that are spiritual, not religious, say, I don't like the fear of God in the Bible. Okay, so have you ever known the power of like a little kid with a parent? There is a sense of good, healthy fear. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like like I don't want to disappoint my parent. I don't mean the parent that abuses their child. So like, let's not take this out of context. I'm saying there is an essence of good, healthy fear. It creates urgency. It's like, oh, I know if I like disappoint them, something's gonna go. I know that if I don't show up responsible, my parents are not gonna give me the keys to the car. Now we're not going to get keys to the car because kids are going to be in cars that freaking fly in a few years from now, which is really trip. But here's what I want you to know that's coming down the pipeline. Right now, this summer, there'll be earbuds that come out. How many of you guys are okay with being all your thoughts being tracked? How many guys? Just let me know, yes or no. Are you okay if all of your thoughts are tracked? Right? Inner circle here is telling me no way, right? Okay, so here's what I want you to know. They've already indoctrinated you. And when I say they, I mean companies, right? I'm not saying like I'm not anti the government, although I would have a few things to say about that, but I'm gonna let go. I'm not anti anything. I am pro-life, pro-vision, pro-entrepreneurship. I'm pro-capitalism. You know, I don't want to live in a socialist country because I don't want to not have the ability to make my decisions, right? I like the runway to say, Suzanne could go create a $200,000 a year role. Because guess what? In corporate, AI is going to take out a lot of those roles. So what's left? Your vision. Reimagining the problem and finding a way through it. But if you're in the weeds, you can't because you're in worry or you're in complaining. Okay, so they've already indoctrinated you. How many of you guys wear an Aura ring? How many of you guys wear an Apple Watch? Put Apple, put watch, put Aura ring. How many of you guys track heart rates, anything like that? Any of you guys? Right? So many of you guys. And some of you guys know. I don't wear an Apple Watch, but I do wear an Aura ring. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It helps me manage my drive so I get a good night's sleep. Right? I love it. Well, they now have technology. By this summer, it will roll out. How many guys ever wear earpods, wireless earpods? Come on, guys, let's go. Like, get with me. Okay, like you can't fight against this because it's here. Right? So it's kind of like, you know, your parents could have looked at you and said, God, the world was so different when I was a kid. Well, that's now you. You're now saying that, right? It's like you're saying, going, the world was so much a different place. The kids used to play outside. I used to play soccer in the field. Now it's not like that. Little kids are on play dates in virtual worlds, right? Like it's a different world. My son wants to create his own YouTube channel. Myong's been doing videos for him. He's studying. He loves it, right? And so here's what I want to say to you. These earpods are coming this summer. They're going to come out and it's going to be normal where it's kind of like this. If you have an iPhone, you gave up all your terms for intellectual property. Okay, every time you did an update, you gave it away. There's just some things that you're going to have to completely go off the grid completely, right? But do you guys see this? So these earpods are coming out right now. They'll go in your ears and they will track all your thoughts. So if Suzanne's over there having a sexy thought about Myong over here, the corporation will the corporation will pick it up. We will actually know at Hardcore Business that there is an unpure thought from one employee to the next employee, and it can be managed, right? I'll also know, did you surf TikTok? Were you actually answering emails? Were you working? So if I paid you for 9 to 5, were you working 9 to 5? Were you productive? Now, here's the thing. The World Economic Forum just had a speaker. Don't get into whether you like the World Economic Forum. I know a lot of people that follow me do not, right? However, you do know what's coming down the pipeline from what they're talking about. If you don't understand the root of money and who controls it, you should start doing some research. ChatGPT, Sonic. There's a lot of AI, artificial intelligence, that already will pull the data for you. So now you can't say that you're not a research buff. Okay, so there's a small group of people that control the wealth of the world. You play in their sandbox. Whether you like it or not, you play in their sandbox. C-level doesn't bitch and complain, excuse my language. I know my Christians give me heck about this. I'm trying to Joel Osteen it up. I'm not quite there yet. So there's a group of people that will complain about the upper class or their bosses. Essentially, we all have a boss. even if you own your own company. It's a small group of people that control all the wealth in the world. And it just is. They control Hollywood, they control the news, they control everything. This is not a conspiracy thing. This is anybody who actually understands money knows the game. And so where do you think we figure out our pivots? We figure out our pivots by not listening to the news. The news, when it comes out on the news, the marketing channel has already been opened. Okay, so now this isn't about your belief systems. This is about you understanding your business and marketing. You are in competition with CNN, Fox, Twitter, all of it, right? Twitter now is like a news source. And so what you need to do is realize if you pivot in front of this game, you will do well. So what does that mean? You must be speaking. Number one is you must be building an email list and a text message list. How many of you guys have an email list of 5,000 or more? Put me. Who has an email list of 5,000 or more? Put me. Who does not have an email list of 5,000 or more? Put no. Or put no list. Put no list. Put no list. If you don't have it, put no list, because I'll be able to go and pull the chats and I can help you. It's not on this challenge, on the U-turn challenge, but I can help you, okay? Okay, so a lot of you guys don't have lists. How many of you guys have an email list of 100,000 or more? Put 100,000 if you have an email list of 100,000 or more. Okay, how many of you guys have an email list of 100,000 or more? Okay, like it's pretty much gone silent. If I had a video right now, my chat just stopped. Okay, that's a problem. I'm not talking 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not talking about them on Stormy. Stormy is amazing. She's got 1 million followers on Instagram. Girl is a baller, right? But it's different than an email list, right? If you got 1 million people, Brendan Burchard has over 1 million people on his email list. He was very, very smart with his YouTube game. He pulled everybody off and he put them in on his email list and his text message list, right? So social media is rented. That is part of their game. It is part of the data game coming in with the earplugs that is going to track your thoughts. And here's what the audience said in the World Economic Forum. Who's going to monitor this? Because you could be a modern day slavery, right? If you think about him, I can fire you because you shouldn't be doing that. Or, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of blackmail that can come with it. There's a lot of bad stuff that can come with this, right? So somebody in the audience said, I used to work for government. I know government will not regulate this fast enough because it's coming out this summer. And she said, I know, but I don't want anybody to stop this because it's a very interesting technology. And we can help semi-truck drivers not fall asleep and kill people on the road. There's a lot of good things that can happen with this. The problem is that now it's going to be regulated. The rollout will be contingent on me as a business owner, because you're not going to be able to work for the company, essentially, if you don't wear the devices. Do you see what's happening? This is coming. This is going to be normal. Okay, and it's not coming in 4 years from now. It's coming now. And don't listen to your friends. Like my friend's husband just said to me, I've been working in AI for the last 3 years. And when the androids are walking around in our neighborhood, they're going to have a band on them. So you'll know the difference between an android. I don't know if that's true or not, but so you can know the difference between a human and android. I'm like, the fact that you just said that so calmly says you're already indoctrinated. Indoctrinate just means that you're accepting it. That's all it is. You're accepting it. The news indoctrinates you before they push out anything new. Okay, so first we get used to it. Hollywood puts out the movies. So as you see it, I mean, people had no idea there is now artificial intelligence wombs. They are going to produce 30,000 babies a year in artificial intelligent wombs. Okay, so whether you like this or not, I think it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's happening. The powers that be, our bosses, essentially, and I don't mean God, because there is that boss, right, is pushing what they're pushing through the ecosystem for whatever reason. If I'm going to be a C-level exec, I need to know, how do I play in this game? Is this helping you guys? Open up your mind. Because if you think procrastination or perfectionism is going to work in the C-suite, you're going to get fired. You think cancel culture was a thing? This is called you're going on the system. Okay, you will be on social credit. I love that Billie Jean is now talking about this, but by this summer, the UK their whole system's turning over to social credit. So now you got AI wiping out jobs, you got a recession, which recessions are created. How do you think they have a tempo? They're created, right? And so they're actually pushed. In a recession, we make a lot of money in different countries. Okay, the 401k was created to get trust and get people back into investing in the market. But a 401k is the worst. I'm not your financial advisor. I want to go on record and say that. Go talk to your financial advisor. But I would never offer it in my company to my team. I would rather give them a piece of the profits in something we call runway cash. Okay, because a 401k makes you lazy. It makes you think that you're okay. Now, there's ways of using a 401k, like if you buy stocks in a 401k, you can grow it tax-free. So there are ways to C-level things to get ahead. But the traditional way that the middle class is being taught to get ahead is really going away. It was never meant to make them financially free. It was meant to work you all the way to retirement and then not have enough. Everybody I know on retirement from the government is making such little money that in inflation, they can't afford things. I pay for my mother, right? Like I bought her $5,000 sheepadoodle the other day. She just cashed another check for $4,000 for her life. I take care of my father, who used to be a multimillionaire. Never thought I would be taking care of my father. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you need to make more money, not just for you, but there's a bunch of people. I sat with a guy the other day from Meta, high-end in Meta, which is the Web 3.0. So if you don't realize, there's a shift happening right now, and the internet as you know it is shifting to Web 3.0, which means the world's going into virtual. So I don't want you to be afraid, but what I want you to do is I want you to grab on and say, what is taking the high road look like in my fight with my spouse right now? What does the high road look like in my company that I work in right now? What does the high road look like in my network marketing company? Am I moving the ship forward, or am I in the revolving door? If you're in the revolving door, you think the grass is greener in the other areas. The challenge is the revolving door is about you. It's not about the people or the opportunities that have been around you. Everything I touch has broken. I make money because I think like a C-level. And what I do is, Shanda over here says, what is the emotions, the feelings my people are feeling? And I take my product and I match it. My vision for you is to make $25,000, $30,000. It's not an income claim, but I could show anybody how to do that. How many of you guys would love to get coached by me? Put the word coach. I don't have an offer for you right now. I wish I did, but put the word coach. Okay, great. So how many of you guys are going to show you something about your mindset, the difference between C-level and logic? I don't have the word logic on here. So what if it cost you $20,000 to coach with me, but I could show you how to make $1 million? Who would still be in? Put I'm in. Like, real, actually put the word 20, put the number 20, because I'm going to go back and I'm going to look. Put the number 20. Like, you're clear. I would find $20,000. So by the way, when I hired my first mentor, I let 3 homes go into foreclosure in Las Vegas during the last recession. I chose to live in my home at the time, and I knew that it would take some time for the banks to foreclose on me. So I went rent-free or mortgage-free, and I just worked as long as I could, and I started this company that I'm standing in today. I let go of all my feelings around being a loser, because all they did was pull me down into the weeds, which is the opposite of the elevation to C-suite. And like, literally, I sold my car. I lived without a car. I did everything it took. I'm the traditional story of rags to riches. But I don't know anybody who can't make who doesn't make those decisions on the way up. I just don't know anybody, right? I don't know anybody, because there's a rite of passage that happens here between your feelings and the sea level. And it's a different way of thinking. It is vision thinking. It is, I'm going to keep the ship going. I have faith and opportunity is going to open up. I like the proximity of the people that I'm hanging out with. And if they don't open up an opportunity, I'm going to open up an opportunity. But I'm not going to come with an essence of entitlement or I deserve this. I'm going to come from an essence of contribution, feelings again, of contribution to make sure that they succeed. And because I have this C-level executive mindset, what happens is when I go to present it, I'm talking about them and the market share they're going to get and this and that. And I'm thinking, that's vision. Now you're valuable. When you think you're valuable, when you make an offer to your people, you better know where you're taking them. And it better be more than I'm going to help them with their mindset, or I'm going to help them with their marriage, or I'm going to, like I said to you, all who are my network marketers, put MLM. Even if you don't call it an MLM, put MLM for my network marketers. I think you guys are going to blow up. You know why I think you guys are going to blow up? Because a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing around creating a business are going to jump into your guys' models. And the reason why they're going to do that is the offer's already figured out. It's already a proven tested product, and they already know that there's a commission split. So now I just have to reverse engineer the math. How ambitious do I need to be? Vision. So that I can make sure that I can create cash, which is my goal for you, so that then you can multiply it, which is what I'm doing in my masterminds. So if you guys are out there and you want to be coached by us, I don't have a sales page or anything like that, but here's what we'll do. We'll drop a link. We have a program called Mentor Me Live. If you have a desire, this is not a normal pitch. If I was a pitch, I would drop a sales page. If you want to be coached by us, I'm going to recommend that you jump in, have a conversation with someone. They'll drop a link for that. I think it's coachingwithshanda.com. Is that right? Coachingwithshanda.com. Thank you, Myung. So the reason why I want you to see this right now is on March 1st and 2nd, I'm going to do a mastermind in San Diego. Anybody who jumps in today, Money Loves Speed. Again, I don't have a sales page. I don't even know if you'll get into somebody to talk to today. But the people who do get in to talk to someone today, which I think we only have 4 or 5 people that are on the floor right now. So this isn't even, like, I want you to know this, hand on a Bible. This is not just like, I'm not doing a full court press pitch. I'm saying there's some of you guys that know that you want to be coached. And if you happen to get a hold of somebody today on coachingwithshanda.com, I will do an extra small group, once of a lifetime opportunity, and I will sit with you in only this group of people at that mastermind in San Diego. I'll do it the day after we close, so it's March 1st and 2nd. On March 3rd, I'll sit with you. I'm going to meet with my 1% clients, and then I'll meet with you. And I'll go deep with you on not only AI, which we're going to do at that mastermind, so you're obviously going to come to that mastermind, but I'm going to go deep with you on how to get into the C-suite mentality, like I did with Tom, like I did with Kim. They doubled their income. Normally, that would be a $55,000 investment. That's what it costs. I only work with 17 people that way. I will sit with you and I will shift your mind. It's huge. It's huge. So here's what I want to say with you. So you can pull that. I'm going to pull that link off now. So you needed to get it, coachwithshanda.com. I'm going to wrap up today's training. When you look at whatever you're offering, you got to write this down. You need to think like this. Number one, how do I take the higher road? C-level thinking. You will not get to success with logic thinking. So everything you touch, I want you to put it through this filter. C-level figures it out. C-level doesn't bitch and complain. They figure it out. That's what they're paid for. They're paid to take the weight off people. They're not paid to come and say, here, I got a problem with this. Here, will you fix it? That is not C-level. Okay, C-level is like, shit, that thing broke, I'm gonna go fix it. That's C-level, okay? Second thing is you must have an offer right now. You can have your traditional lose weight offer, your traditional fix your marriage offer. You can do all of that. Okay. However, it needs to be sold in a way that's connected to people's feelings. Sell the feelings, don't sell the product. So if you're like, I don't know how to do that, just walk around your house and notice how you speak about your product, right? So if I had weight loss or health, I'm really into health. I really need to launch a health product, right? Because I'm really into health. And so if I was talking about health, like I just finished doing oxygen baths. My thyroid was black, had no idea. My son's lungs were black from mold. We didn't realize that. He always had this congestion every morning. For 2 weeks, we went into oxygen baths, right? So now if I'm selling you the oxygen baths, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you got the C19 shot, the COVID, they will actually be able to see the shot in your body and they will see it affecting your respiratory system. This is not about the shot. This is about those baths will clear that up. Really fascinating. I just watched it happen in a teenage boy. Fascinating, right? I was like, wow, he went from respiratory issues. We have another friend who her daughter got the shot. By the way, like, I don't care if you got the shot or didn't get the shot. Okay. So this is not about that. So please, let's not get on that bandwagon. Just follow this is how bold you have to be. Otherwise you're going to be broke, right? So be yourself out there and don't be afraid to talk about it. So there's another little girl who got it and she's internally hemorrhaging. And so they have been able to turn her around inside of a couple weeks. She's not out of the woods yet, but they're turning her around. So now what am I doing right now? Now, if you got caught in the weeds and you're kind of pissed, I'm talking about this right now, you're not sea level. You're in a fence and you're battling on belief systems. And that's going to have you dead in the water because you will be distracted. There are more things to fight about in this world right now than I can even count. You know what I mean? We have a video coming out where I'm talking about traditional beliefs because it seems to be really wrong for me to be married to a man these days. You know what I mean? It's like this really wrong thing. And so we have a video coming out about it. Normally I would never have a video coming out about something like that. Why would I care? I care because it's a big topic right now. And to get attention, and you might not like this, but you need to build an audience. You need to build a list. And this is not social media. I'm using social media as, I'm giving you my strategy, my recession strategy, my AI strategy, vision, and the vision is with the people. That's the list. Do you hear what I'm saying? So you've got to not be afraid to talk about these topics. So when I see something like a mom that her daughter just had a bunch of gender neutral boys come into the bathroom, and this is what Suzanne and I were talking about. I don't care who you love. I don't care if you're married to a woman, married to a man, and you're man. I don't even care if you transgender. That's your business. Why are you making it mine? That's my stand. So see the vision? So you gotta figure out your vision within the feelings of the world. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Because if I don't talk about that, all the people are talking about AI, all the people that are talking about these gender battles, right? Then if I don't talk about these things and you don't talk about them, you're gonna be silent. Nobody's gonna listen to you. So now what's the challenge? You're afraid to talk about it. Because yes, if you go look on my Instagram right now, 2 posts ago, I asked people, I literally said, you can go look on Shanda Sumter Instagram. I was actually surprised how many people actually believe like me. I thought it was going to be a shitstorm, to be really honest, right? But I literally did a post and I said, do you avoid topics like transgender, the shot, and mentioning someone's race on social media so you don't get haters? Or do you not really care? If you go read through this, there's 168 comments on this, okay? If you look at the rest of my posts, there's my hubby and I, 61. There's me talking about AI, 24. What's a bigger topic? Why? Because it's affecting every household right now. It's affecting every household. And so there's a reason why the news is talking about it, because it's all a marketing thing. And if you don't talk about what's happening, then what happens is your people don't know how to find you based on your values. So remember, people buy based on the value you create for them. Part of that value is who are you? Who are you as a person? And if you're afraid to talk about these things, nobody connects with you. Are you guys picking that up right now? So don't be afraid. Yes, you will lose friends. Yes, my church lost a ton of people during COVID, and then they grew by 35%.
17% they lost.
They lost 17%. They lost 17%, they grew by 35%. Are you willing to lose some people to gain the movement? Right? And that's a sea level. A sea level says when all this stuff is breaking, I'm going to stay calm. I got the ship. I got the ship. I'm going to keep the ship going. I'm going to keep the ship going. And then the revolving door is happening. The revolving door is happening. And the revolving door is all about feelings. I think that there's another opportunity over here. I think that I can get further ahead over here. I think that I would be better served over here. I think that I deserve more. I think that I is going away. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Because AI is taking out I. And so you need to move a movement, which means you cannot be afraid of losing people. You have to speak about big ideas that are happening in the world. Is this helping? Yes or no? You got to make offers that are sold based on feelings. You got to take your weight loss product and then throw in a few of these other valuable conversations that are happening in the world. That's how people know where you stand. If you want to water down your stand, then you will make no money. You cannot water it down and be a sea level. A wishy-washy, watered down sea level leader doesn't lead anyone. They get canned. And the reason why they get canned is because they're making too much money and not causing enough ripples. You need to be able to cause the ripples because that's how your loyal audience finds you. Do you hear what I'm saying? So our stand at Heartcore is you could be New Age, you could be Catholic, you could be Christian. I'm Christian. I'm totally okay with helping somebody who does tarot card readers grow a business. I'm also totally fine if you're transgender and you want to start a nonprofit. Now, a lot of people don't agree with me like that. I know my role. And how can I have authority with anybody if I think that my values or belief systems are right? In other words, the reason why people don't like religion is because of the control. Well, my friends, we are all about to be controlled by AI. They're going to understand your thoughts. They already know your body. They're going to understand your thoughts, and this is going to be normal. So you're either going to learn how to get into it and cause ripples and pull an audience of people who get your value, because guess what? If you try and do it later, it will be too late. You need to do it now. You're ushering things in for your family, for your kids, for all the people in your life that are not going to do what I'm talking about right now because they're not sea level. They're not bold. And they're going to keep pushing offers that more and more people don't buy because they're going to be distracted. You need to take what's distracting people and start talking about it in a way that works for you. And I'm going to tell you from my own personal journey on this, it's not easy. It's gotten easier because the more I understand my identity, the more I realize that I don't get my worth through you. But I get so much value from now working with a bunch of entrepreneurs who I have authority with. They feel safe with me. And they can talk about their psychic abilities as I talk about the fact that they're prophetic. And at the end of the day, that if they stop playing in the second heaven, they could actually work for God and actually pray and people heal versus just read people's minds that AI is going to do. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, how can you help people if you don't learn what your movement is? Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say is your list is critically important. And this, I just spoke for Grant Cardone, and I just asked, how many of you guys have no lists? And it was so ridiculously crazy. They said, Shanda, you have to offer your list building program. So I knew that that was going to be the case because I see this all the time. The number one reason why I'm going to tell you that people are broke is because they don't know how to build a list and then they don't know how to treat people. I just told you how to treat people. Be the type of leader that sees the vision on where they're going and tell them how to get there. whether that's in the clothes they wear, whether that's in the supplements they take, whether that's in the conflict resolution, the trauma, the way they meditate, whatever it is, you need to tell them where they're going, why this product is valuable. And you got to sell it off feelings. If you don't have a list, you will be out of business. You'll be out of business if you don't have a list. All of us already know this that are highly successful online or offline. If you don't have a list, you're operating off referrals, you're operating off something that's connected to people. And the problem is the smaller the group of people giving you referrals, the more you better hope that they never stop giving you referrals. And in a world that things are shifting, you don't want to be the company that goes out of business. You want to be the company that either gets acquired by a company like mine, or you want to be the company that partners. I'm really big on partnering right now. I think for the next 2 years, you should partner up with the different motherships that have C-level leaders that are known to win. In a recession, that's when I did over $100 million, is in a recession in 15 months. I am really good in moments like this. Why? I don't operate off my talent. I operate off my vision, and I feel the urgency that I'm on a runway, and I got to take care of my clients. I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my son, and I feel the need to take care of my son's kids. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, that's a big game. It gets me out of bed at 1:30 in the morning. All right, my friends. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you to do some homework. And if you're in the Facebook group, this is what the homework looks like in the Facebook group today. I want you to do something called Connect, Engage, Serve, Make an Offer. We'll do this really quickly. Are you guys loving this challenge so far? Are we getting some real stuff out of it? Yes? Okay. Connect, engage, service, make an offer. All this is connect is we're connecting right now. You could look, it's like you got to connect on a topic that people are interested in. You connect where you can go through your cell phone and look, how many people can I call today? You could do a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, whatever. You need to have connection. Connection is currency. So I want you to make a list of all the areas you can connect with people today, period. Meetup groups, Facebook groups, whatever. Email list, send out an email, text. Engage is you talking to them in some way, and they're talking back. Okay, so if I go back and forth with you in DMs, we're now engaging. If I send an email and I say, hit reply to this email, and they reply to the email, which by the way, increases your deliverability, right? That is a way. You want to engage back and forth and help people. That is, notice I'm not saying sell. This is all leadership. Success is all leader. That C-level is leadership. It's not just task driven and getting shit done. It's actually leadership. It's charisma, right? So I'm not trying to bed you here. You get what I mean by that, right? I'm not trying to put you to bed here. Not trying to sell you, not trying to sleep with you, not trying to make you offers. I'm not trying to do anything. I am just helping you. I'm determining how do I help you. Here, service. This is where you offer advice, books, videos, anything to help them. While you were engaging, you figured out what they need. How do you help them? Just help them, serve. This goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You will see a door will open. Offer. You will see a door will open when you're engaging with someone. You guys, money is so easy to make. If we're all standing right here in my living room and I just talk to each of you guys, I will see in a matter of seconds when I ask you, how's your business going? I will see by the way you hold your body, the way your tone in your voice, if you're excited or if you're full of you know what, or if you are mission driven or if you're weeds driven, like me driven, right? About your product services, or are you talking about your clients and what's happening for them or your customers or your buyers? I will know so much about you as soon as you tell me what's happening with your business, and I will identify the problem. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know when you're talking to your best friend, you can identify their problem right away. You guys hear what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Just get out of selling, get into people. And I'm telling you, every single one of you guys are great at sales. Every single one of you guys. The problem is people overthink it, they get too intense, and they get too opportunistic. Don't do that. This can take a matter of 10 minutes. But if you go in for the bedding too quick, dropping links, like, you know what I mean? You ruin it because people know they're not safe with you because your intentions are unpure. Your intentions cannot be just to win on. We have a leadership program. We see this all the time. There's a game we play and you get exposed really quickly, these good-hearted people that you realize, shit, you're all about the competition to win. That will kick your ass on your ability. Thank you. That will kick your ass on your ability to win. Oh, they're saying they got a couple spots left on the, well, it is what it is. Don't worry about it. We got to move forward. So connect, engage, service, make an offer. Get what I mean? Connect, engage, service, make an offer. By the way, you guys, when I said that it was $20,000 to work with me, that's not what I was offering. We had a bunch of people asking, is it $20,000 to book on that coaching link? Not at all. Okay, so that's not what we were talking about at all. I just want to make sure because they were just telling me that. That wasn't an offer. It was people who wanted to come to the mastermind and wanted to coach with us. You can go to coachwithshanda.com. Okay, so any of you guys who are in that, you don't have to put it up. Just drop it in the chats or whatever. You can go to coachwithshanda.com if you want to talk to us about coaching. Okay, because that's not an offer we're making this week. It was just a hit that I had if anybody wanted to come to that mastermind and meet me and work with us. Okay. So, and by the way, you can make offers like that all the time. You don't have to have the perfect setup or anything like that. You can just, when you feel like you can help somebody, drop an opportunity to help them. The motivated people will step forward, right? So you guys who jumped on, I have to look at it, Coaching with Shanda, is that what it is? Coaching with Shanda? Coachingwithshanda.com. That went to my calendar, right? And so that gets you talking to someone about coaching, and even if it's a good fit, right? So don't be afraid to make these offers. Do you guys, am I making sense here? Don't be afraid to make these offers, right? Like there was a Facebook Live I did that we did $145,000 on the Facebook Live. And honestly, we left money on the table. I was just thinking, like I said to people, I said, I wish I had it with us. I did 9 offers in like 45 minutes, 9 offers. And I was teaching everybody. Like it wasn't even like I was making offers up while I was watching the chats. Of course we delivered on them, but I couldn't keep up with the amount of business coming in the door because I was just literally showing people how easy it is to make money. You overthink this. People already know if they want to work with you. People already know if they want to work with me. They already know if I'm the girl to help them cross the finish line. They'll know. If you're connecting with people and engaging them and serving, you can drop so many offers. Offers are like, they really are a contribution. You know what I mean? Like I have a VIP day today. I had one yesterday. You know, like I said to Suzanne, I was like, lock my calendar. Like, I was like, because it's a contribution to do that. You guys see what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of making offers. Make lots of them because people know when they want to move forward with you. And if you don't make the offer, you're expecting them to chase you. And don't do that. Make it easy for people. I was the girl who used to be afraid to come talk to somebody who was speaking because I didn't want to bother them. That's called low self-worth. You got to be hungrier than that. I wasn't for a long time. So make it easy knowing people are in their process. Okay, so here's the homework. I want you to go out and connect, engage, service, make an offer any which way you can. Do it imperfectly, do it messy, just do it. What I want you to do is I want you to make an offer today. Any which way. Are you guys game with this? I know this can cause like, ugh, but I want you to make an offer. You saw me make an offer, just totally impromptu, right? I was like, you know what? Coachingwithshanda.com, right? If you want me to coach you, want to become a millionaire today, go to coachingwithshanda.com. That's a real offer, right? Do it. Like, just go out there and do it. Tell people to, like, if you feel weird about saying DM me, then I want you to boldly walk through it this week with me. I want you to boldly walk through it today. If you feel weird calling somebody that you know should have jumped into your product, service, and offer, and you feel weird, here's what you could say. Pick up the phone and say, hey, Myung, I know that you were a no last month or last year, but I'm really curious. Like, what was in between you and saying yes for us to work together? He tells me, put that in your offer. right? Like it's really easy to make money. The challenge is many of you guys are not in proximity to people who are making money all the time. I make money all the time.
Yes.
Everywhere I go, I make money. I find it incredibly easy to make. I want that to be in you. I want that to be in you, not just for your nicer car, but for the people in your family that are not going to listen to lives like this, and they're not going to do what it takes. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to be on your payroll. They're going to be on your payroll because the middle class will be gone very soon. And that is not a threat. That is not, I did not make it up. Half of my clients are in the middle class. If you could ever imagine how freaky that is for me as a business owner, my goal is to get you to millions. And I feel the urgency that I must do that now, which is why you must do the homework today. Do not ignore me. Do not do this. Just do the homework imperfectly. So I'm going to look for people in the Facebook group. Somebody's going to win a trip to either Hawaii or Mexico. You pick. You can take it the next year, and I'll bless you with that. I want to see people go inside the Facebook group. I don't care if you do a video or written, and I want you to tell us in the Facebook group what you sold or what offer you made. You don't even have to have made the sale. I want you to walk through the uncomfortableness of making the offer. Now, if you make offers all the time, I want you to make 5. Like this is about stretching you up into the sea level. This is not about living in comfort. So don't be like, that's easy. Do 5 offers before you go to bed, and let me know inside the Facebook group. Suzanne and Faith will find somebody that they want to bless with the give today, with the trip. Go in there, do it. Don't cheat yourself out of an opportunity to win. All right, you guys, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Rex Crane is going to be back tomorrow, and we are going to be breaking some serious cycles around your ability to take action and to produce the results that you want every single day. Here's the thing. You should be looking at, so I know that my biggest check is I make $3,300 an hour. And so I know what to focus on to make $3,300 an hour. And so you have to ask yourself, do you know that? Do you know that? Do you guys actually know what is your biggest check? Truly, what is your biggest check? A lot of people are focused on priorities that are not the right priorities. And so what they're doing is they're actually bleeding their life away, and in the essence of trying to get ahead. So there is a big check somewhere in your life. I don't want to help you find that tomorrow. All right, you guys? Whoop, whoop. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Talk to you soon in VIP Inner Circle.